Hello, I'm Ciderman, back in a game about space. This time, this game is also about engineering. So it's called Space Engineers. And I'm actually going to show off a little thing I've been working on. So, if you don't know, Space Engineers updates every Thursday, and yesterday was Thursday. And on yesterday's update, they added more things for scenarios. And I have all these GPS waypoints laid out everywhere because that ship up there has a remote control and it follows the path, which is laid out by these GPS waypoints. They're all alphanumerical order, sort of like loop around 1, 2, 3, asteroid A, B, and C, and then they each have their own 1, 2, and 3 on them, stuff like that. And then there's a stop attack, start attack. That's like out of the to stop attack is like they're supposed to be out of range of the station, so they can't shoot you. Anyway, so the idea behind this game is that behind these scenarios that you are on this station and you start out with no tools and no jetpack, but you still have to destroy that ship because it has lots of guns. And basically, the way to win is you destroy its reactors. So far, I'm thinking of adding more ways to win, like you can destroy its. If you destroy the remote control, you win, or something like that, or if you destroy all the weapons, you win. But so far, I have it set up in here so that block destroyed, just the large reactors on the ship. If they're destroyed, you win. And in here, it says you have all required materials to manufacture hand tools, and it doesn't have like raw materials. What it has is some ice, so you can put it in your oxygen generator if you're running low. And then these components, and those components have what they're made of. The stuff the ingots they're made of, you can go over to the assembler, and you can disassemble them. Like in the production tab, you go to disassembling, and when you get the ingots for them, you can make. I'm pretty sure I put enough stuff in there so you can make a grinder, an automatic. You can make one of these, at least one of each of these. I didn't actually like count how much. I'm pretty sure you can also make an oxygen bottle from what I put in there. I'm not sure. And then anyway, the idea is that once you get those tools, I'll use the voxel hands to like paint the asteroid with some more materials other than like iron. So it'll probably have all the materials on here, like gold, silicon, silver, magnesium, all the stuff you need to build stuff. And then I'm debating whether I should just make it so that you have to build your own fighters and fly out and destroy it, or if I should just have some destroyed projectors over here, and when you build the projectors, then you can spawn ships, and then they could have like a fighter ship and like a battlecruiser ship, and then go out and fight that thing. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do the second one because it seems like a little bit easier. Maybe I'll make another world like this where it's just like hard mode, where you have to actually build your own ships for yourself. But anyway, you've probably seen the Lone Survivor base. You know, they got that thing I built over there. Other than that, you know that with like the ship up here, you probably have never seen before because I just built it. Unless you have played this scenario before and you're just coming back in time to watch this video, which I'm making, and of course DX11 is making it so that it gets darker when I get close to it because of the lighting issues. Well, not really issues, but like how the light works. And you can see it's got quite a few guns on it. This is the front, by the way, this is the back, that's the top up there. It's got some machine guns on the side, it's got 2 missiles on the bottom, along with 3 machine guns. On top, it has quite a few machine guns. Oh, my light is on. It's got 4 machine guns. It's got a laser antenna for discrete communication. It's got one of these connector ports. But by the way this whole thing is set up, I'm pretty sure you cannot dock a ship to it unless it's one of those ships that docks in the back, or it's like in the back but facing down, you know? Anyway, so this is what the ship looks like on the outside. It's like a drone ship. And if you're wondering why there are no thrusters on the outside, it's because I figured out a way to space out the thrusters just enough that I can, I'm just going inside of it, that I can have them inside the ship so they're not visible. Which I think it makes it look kind of nice aesthetically on the outside. Because like, I always tend to build ships and I'm like, oh, it's going to look so bad when I put thrusters on. So I put the thrusters inside. Because it's a drone ship and there's, well, it's not really, it's not like a ship that launches drones, the ship is a drone. So I put the thrusters inside because you don't have to have cabin space for a drone. There's also no gravity and no oxygen system because it's a drone. It's a whole bunch of timers which aren't set up or anything, but like, yeah, it's a pretty big ship on the inside. It's got lots of cargo containers which are mostly not full. I think one of these ones is. I think I put some ammunition in it so that, yeah, there's ammunition in here. And the large reactors have their uranium. I think they're still actually getting, yeah. There's a whole bunch of uranium in one of these things. That's just for the larger reactors so they don't run out. I put it in a while ago, but I put in so much it still hasn't pumped all of it through. Right, this little heavy armor thing is what contains the RC unit in here. And it's all piped up. These things go to the turrets on the side. Up here, top of the cargo container, you can see some pipes going up to the turrets up there. And there's some more pipes going out to the side here for like the turrets, up and down here for all the turrets. All kinds of turret stuff. And let me just hop out of the ship here and fix up the hole I broke to get in. It's like the one hole you can break on the ship so that it doesn't ruin something on the inside. Which is kind of a bad thing, because like, the ship is not very well armored, and I think it could pretty easily be taken down. It does have 2 reactors on it. And I really like how I did the front here with the glass, so that the thrusters don't burn the glass. I actually had to extend, there's like all these blocks here. If you look on the inside of the glass, you can see how there's like these extension blocks going out, and then there's the glass. Those used to not be there. It just used to be like one block glass over the thrusters, and the thrusters kept burning it off every time I tested it, so I rebuilt it in a new way so that it doesn't do that. Anyway, let's take a copy of this ship because I don't want to have a catastrophic accident go off before like putting this onto the Steam Workshop. But I'm going to show you the flight path of this ship, more or less. I might speed up the footage actually, I don't know. But I'll probably just show you the path it takes, the order it goes. So let's see, remote control. That's not how you spell remote. Autopilot on, and it should have all this stuff built into it already. Yep, there it goes. So the path is basically loop around 1, loop around 2, loop around 3, start attack, and at that point it's roughly in range of the weapons base. Closest approach, and that's where it's obviously the closest to the base. And then it goes to stop attack, and from there it goes off here to asteroid A number 1, then it goes to asteroid A number 2, asteroid A number 3, and it goes over here to asteroid B number 1, asteroid B number 2, then from there it goes to asteroid C Align, asteroid C number 1, asteroid C number 2, asteroid C number 3, asteroid C, okay, asteroid C number 3, that's asteroid A number 3, I was getting confused, asteroid C number 3, asteroid C number 4, and then it comes back up to loop around 1, and this ship is already at loop around 2. I don't have it set up to be an enemy faction yet, so it shouldn't shoot the base. If it did, that would be kind of bad, but, you know, whatever. So yeah, so the ship flies by, and basically the idea is it starts up at loop around 1, and then you spawn at the base, and then it comes around and gives you a couple shots, and I'm not sure what the lose condition should be yet, because like, I don't even know if I'm going to keep that platform. I might make a specially made platform for it, so that like, if you lose your medbay, that's how you lose, is the idea. So like, block destroy medbay on the station, then you lose. Anyway, so it comes by before you have any chance to like take any cover or anything. Like when you first spawn into the game, it flies by and gives you a couple shots, like shoots you a couple times with its missiles and everything, and that would damage your systems a little bit, and that would like give you kind of like a handicap, sort of, or not really handicap, but like handicapping you, you know, so that you're off to a harder start and it's not so easy to build everything. And so if you have to build projectors, so it's like you build the tools, then you go mining over here, you gather the resources, refine them, and then process them in the assembler, and you would come over to probably around here where the projectors would be, finish the projectors, and then you would be able to spawn fighters, because I would use the auto spawn thing for the ships with the projectors that they added in one of the updates. The ship flies by, it kind of slows down at the closest. I don't know why it's sideways, I want to fix that. Why it's sideways? I probably can, but you know. So it kind of slows down at closest approach, which I kind of like, and has to readjust itself, I guess. Then it goes on to stop attack, which means it's out of range, it can't attack you anymore. But throughout all this time, it'll be shooting at your station, so that's why you have, because it'll keep coming around. It's on a circle patrol mode, and so you have to like build a base, like a bunker or some kind, so that it can't really reach you in the asteroid. Of course, it'll still be trying to, and you also have to probably get out the stuff out of here before that shoots it and destroys it. Otherwise, you would probably be screwed, and you would probably die forever. And yeah, it's gonna fly around there. Let's follow it. I'll probably speed up this footage as it's going around until I find something interesting to talk about. Alright, so it's approaching asteroid B number 2. After that comes asteroid C. And asteroid C is special, and I'll show you why. So it's going to come over from asteroid B number 2 over to asteroid C align. So it's going to align itself with asteroid C. And the thing with asteroid C is, and these, just so you know, these asteroids are what randomly spawned when I loaded the world. They're not. It's not the exploration and random spawn ones, but it's the when you choose 4 large asteroids. This is what I got. Oops. It's the thrusters of the ship. Don't think I'm on creative mode. So asteroid C, if I can find it on here. Yeah, there it is. It has a donut in it, and the ship flies through it. And I have tested this before, so if the ship crashes into the asteroid, I'll have to just tweak a little bit more. But I've tested it before, and the ship fit through the asteroid. And I did have to carve this asteroid out quite a bit for it to fit. I had to do a lot of testing, and like a lot of testing to get this to fit. Hopefully it fits. Don't crash, don't crash, don't crash. Looks good. Yeah. So the ship just flies right through an asteroid. How cool is that? You can imagine piloting a fighter around the ship, and then as it flies through, you like pass through above it, and then like get like barely miss a missile from it, and it almost destroys you. And then I think at this waypoint, it actually gets close enough to the base that it can shoot it, which I kind of don't like. I might lower the weapon range on these things because the weapon range is 800. And I think at asteroid C number 3 it gets close enough to be able to shoot the base, which I don't really like. I don't really want it to be able to shoot you unless it's at the closest approach. I might leave it at 800 if it's like on a hard mode version of this game, and then after this it's going to go back to loop around number 1, which will show that it does indeed circle. Also, there's a bug where if I'm like, here, look at the thrusters like from like straight on, it'll turn red and then yellow. Yeah, so the thruster fumes are turning red, then yellow, then back to like... It's not even the regular blue, it's like a dark blue and a cyan blue. I don't know what's up with that, it's weird. It's also on my jetpack, I think. Yeah, you can see that my jetpack is doing that. I've also seen some other bugs, like explosions are green. Sometimes, like fire is green. I don't think fire is supposed to be green. I don't know if this is a bug with the Space Engineers, the game itself, or if it's like a bug with my graphics card. But I don't think it's a bug with my graphics card, because it's a fairly... It's a new computer, roughly, fairly new. Now, of course, it's going to start going back down there. And that's that. Where's the ship? There it is. And also, the ship doesn't have any antennas or beacons. It just has that one laser antenna, so there's no way of knowing how far away it is. And also, in the final version of this, the waypoints will all be invisible. You won't be able to see them. So... You won't have any idea its path until it follows the path, and you have to like develop a strategy to attack the ship when it's going in whichever direction it is, and stuff like that, and follow it. I'm thinking of adding projectors, because if I do, I've already mentioned I'm adding projectors, but when I do, I might add one that's like really damaged or something like that. And you have to get like a lot of resources to build it, but then once you do, you can spawn like a battle cruiser or something like not like a big one, like, well, that one's not really a big one, but like not one of that size, but like a large ship with guns on it that you could spawn and then fly to attack it, and then it'll mostly be like little fighters and stuff, maybe an interceptor or something like that. But anyway, that's the scenario world that I'm building. It'll be on the workshop eventually, probably in a couple days. And then also that ship I might put on the workshop too, because I kind of like it. I kind of want to put it on the workshop so that people can use it. Maybe not in their own scenario, maybe in their own scenarios. I don't know. It's a drone ship. It's pretty cool. I like it. I say that about everything. That's pretty cool. Okay, I'm gonna crash on this gravity generator and then end the video. Whee!